The Sundance Film Festival just announced that it's leaving Utah. Sundance is leaving Sundance, and I am shocked and proud. And I just got the news alert 30 seconds ago. I'm going to read this article to you, and I'd love to hear what you guys think. Before we dive in, let me introduce myself really quick. I'm Jenny Gage. This is Life Take Two, where I share my escape from the Mormon cult. And I think it's really important to point out in this video here that the reason I left the Mormon church was over LGBTQ rights. I am not gay. I didn't even have a dog in the fight. But I went to church one Sunday, and the lesson was entitled The Evils of Homosexuality. It was based on a general conference talk from one of the Mormon apostles. That was what they were teaching in the Women's Relief Society that Sunday, and it gave me such a visceral, physical response to the pure hatred spewing out of the mouth of a really adorable little, 23, 24-year-old Relief Society teacher that I couldn't even take it. I raised my hand, stood up, and publicly left lifelong Mormonism at age 44. I've personally had a lot of repercussions from leaving the church. And that was what catapulted me out of it. By the way, I did live in Utah for a while, even though I'm in Arizona and Gurley, but it's kind of cool to be there during Sundance season because you might run into Tom Cruise at Whole Foods. I don't know, it's just kind of neat. And I have so much respect for platforms like Sundance, which, as you know, was started by Robert Redford, because it really helps catapult some of those smaller films and the less well-funded creatives into views. This article on Salt Lake Tribune is entitled, Sundance Film Festival is leaving Utah, here's why, and what Utah offered it to stay, which is very interesting. After more than 4 decades in Park City, the Independent Film Festival will move to Colorado in 2027. Sundance Film Festival is leaving Utah, moving to different mountains. America's most important launch pad for independent film will abandon its home from Boulder, Colorado, starting in 2027. Boulder won in a vote Wednesday evening by the Institute's Board of Trustees, beating out 2 other finalists in a year-long bid process. So the officials say that this 2026 festival season, happening from January 22nd to February 1st of next year, will be a final celebration of Sundance's long history in the Beehive State. Some of the heads of the board of the Sundance Festival say in this article that they're deeply grateful to Utah, to Park City, Salt Lake City for the longstanding legacy and relationship that we've had, like it's part of our DNA as an organization. Park City and Sundance, they belong together. Apparently, Utah has offered Sundance a whole bunch of stuff to keep them there because it's a major moneymaker for the state of Utah. It's huge, it's substantial. They have pledged public funding for the festival from state, county, and municipal budget. So they're just throwing everything at it from every budget that they have. Totaled $5.53 million in cash, $6.65 million in-kind contributions. That's up from the $2.75 million in cash and $3.72 million in-kind contributions Sundance received for the 2025 festival. So that's substantially more, double. Those in-kind contributions included a shuttle service between downtown Salt Lake City and Park City that would have been sponsored by Visit Salt Lake. The Utah bid also included $10 million in private contributions that would have gone to Sundance when it signed a new contract with Salt Lake City, on top of the $3.5 million the Utah legislature recently approved to go straight to Sundance. They are throwing so much stuff at the Sundance Festival, but it didn't work. They just announced that they're leaving. Losing Sundance is expected to be a sizable blow to Utah's economy. An economic impact study the Institute commissioned last year reported that the 2024 festival added $132 million to the state's gross domestic product and some $13.8 million in state and local tax revenue. There were only 73,000 who attended last year. 2/3 were from Utah. When asked whether the Utah's conservative politics influenced the decision to move Sundance to the blue state, Colorado, Ebbs Burnow, the chair of the Institute's board, said, the short answer is no, but I feel like this is a very cloaked answer. He does say as a follow-up, we've been in Utah for 40 years. We are not unaccustomed to the politics. We've dealt with all manner of politics before, so that's not something we've ever been afraid of or run away from. Not a major part of how we addressed this process, but Utah's politics recently entered the industry conversation about Sundance's future when the state legislature passed a bill to ban pride flags from schools and government buildings, which is a very recent bill. I believe in just the past couple weeks, the Utah legislature is banning rainbow flags from schools and all public buildings. A Hollywood trade publication, when this law was first announced, quoted an unnamed Sundance insider who called its HB 77, is the name of the bill, a terrible law, a terrible look for the state. The article says that they have chosen Boulder, Colorado because it's still intimate, it's an art community, it's a tech community, it's comparable in distance from the airport, it's comparable in size. So it's kind of a nice substitution. And again, it's a little bit more progressive, a little bit less hateful. I'm personally proud of the Sundance Committee for getting the hell out of Utah and no longer putting their money into LDS Incorporated, which is one of the most hateful, discriminatory, despicable religious organizations in America. They use God as an excuse for open, blatant hate and discrimination. And if you don't know much about the LDS Church, they do teach that homosexuality is a sin, that it's one of Satan's ploys and tactics to destroy the family and God's whole entire plan for his earth. And if you are a gay member of the church, you can never get married. If you get married, you're excommunicated from the church. So there is absolutely no pathway for gay members of the Mormon Church to have a life partner at all. By the way, on the Salt Lake Tribune Facebook page, where they posted originally about Sundance threatening to leave the state over the new pride flag ban, the comments from the members of the Mormon Church were absolutely horrifying. Like they were like, oh yeah, well, all these people come to our state and they're just evil and we don't want their garbage here anyway, so get the hell out of here. The hatred for gay people in Hollywood and like everything is just so real in the Mormon Church. But the irony of it is that Mormons are watching these films. And again, like 2/3 of the people that go to Sundance are from Utah. Anyway, the Utah Mormons want to have their cake and eat it too. They want to enjoy the proceeds of this film festival and watch all the movies, but they also want to hate on the people producing the movies. I'm personally glad that they no longer get a single crumb of that cake. Congratulations, Colorado. You guys have a really good thing coming your way. I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments.